So let us begin now our demonstration of the AFDS Perspectives program. We will open the program by clicking on the icon on the desktop. You'll see the flash page and the program itself. You have a choice of opening a new program or going to an existing program. First of all, clicking on the new program, you see the screen appear. And you'll notice here that on the screen you have a choice of a number of different options. What we see here at the very beginning is an example of the income tax claims for children, which you'll probably want to fill in a little bit later on. But first of all, we can check the number of years to model, which in this case is 20 as set as a default, but let's go to, or 15, let's go to 20, however. You'll notice when we do that, the color changes, and this color will remain unchanged until you actually save, and then the color will go away, indicating that you have actually saved. Now we have either the supporter or the recipient. You'll notice there are two different colors, one for the supporter and one for the recipient. Now generally you'd like to give a name to these individuals, and as the name implies, a supporter would be the individual who would be paying the recipient. This depending, of course, on the distribution of assets in the particular scenario you're looking at. But for this particular case, we'll assume the supporter is the male, and we will give his name. And you notice here that the color does change, and just make sure that we have the proper title on here. And it looks like we take the caps off, and there we go for John, and the age would be, let's say, 45. And then you can put the name of the street here, of course, whatever that might happen to be, and the city, of course, as well too, and the province. Important for the province here, because especially when it comes to taxes, because the program operates different taxes for different provinces, of course. And you can down here you can say the income tax deductions from the TD1 form here, and other personal deductions and that sort of thing. But let's go now to the recipient, and put in Jane here. Jane is 41 for our example, and this is just showing you basically the overview of the program, and once again the street and the city, and don't forget the province, and of course you can enter in postal codes and that sort of thing later on, and of course very important, the tax province as well too. Now when you're looking at these particular individuals, we have John and we have Jane, and for John the various information that you would enter would include income, various types of income, and there's one factor on the program you can see here, the changes that occur per year across the form here. So we would put in different types of income, thinking the employment income, self-employment, non-taxable income, pension income, eligible dividends, regular dividends, rental income, for an example, and of course the actual years that they would start. For, let's say this is, for sake of argument, we 10 years of employment income, an amount of $50,000, and you can see it over once again happening here, the 10 years and the actual employment income. If he then goes to a self-employment situation and earning a little bit less from, let's say, year 11 to year 15, and he's down to, let's say, $30,000 of self-employed income. And you can also put in increases in here as well too. We didn't do it for that one. Let's say his self-employment income, he hopes to increase it by, say, 5% per year, and that can be worked in, and you can see automatically, you can see these changes here for these 5 years and the increase of employment income over that particular period of time. And if there's any other income, you can see where it will be put in here right through to rental income. And then we have expenses, and once again the expenses can be put in here, say year 1, whatever, and year 10, whatever this expense may happen to be. Living expense, good. And once again we would move the page here, and the amount of living expense for the last 10 years would be $25,000, and an increase of let's say 3% over that particular period of time. You can see once again the increase coming here, and the other expenses can be put in here as well too. Let's say during the same period, 1 and 10, and that would be a car, amount of $5,000 a year, and an increase of 2% a year for the sake of argument. And there we can see living expense 2 added up here, and the totals as well too. And for savings, well, you can put a savings in here with the savings, retirement. Also, debts are figured in here, and real estate, various investments that might happen to be, and this is, you can put the actual investment figures in here, and the tax on the figures as well too, and what happens to capital gains and unrealized benefit here. And so it gives us an idea, and also we have a base cash flow here, and you can see a graph, and if you wish, that graph can be expanded, and also we can see the taxes that come in here, and we move this box across here, and you see the net cash flow, spousal support, all these factors that we have not entered in, of course, because we don't have them at the present time. It's merely an overview. And then we can look at the adjusted cash flow as well too, and also the net worth. Now, I mentioned this is very basic, and we haven't shown any of the inputs at the present time here, but just to give an indication. Now that's just strictly for John. Then we go back to Jane, and we have, of course, the same situation as the information inputted here, and that gives us an idea of the actual situation as we're looking at this particular program. Now we're back to the tab here, the Common tab and the Agreement tab. And on this particular tab, you notice here the spousal support, where you put the spousal support in, and the various adjustments for the spousal support as well too. And the basic information for John, that is basic information, and the tax deductions. Well, that's a situation with a program that we opened up, or a scenario that we opened up. Now, if we want to go to one that's already open, we press here, but first of all, we save. And changes to the file I'm not going to say if you'd like to do so. Well, not right at the present time, just discard. If you did want to save, however, you would save in this particular area. In this case, we have tests, but there's a program we've already done, so we'll open this up, and we'll see here we have a program that's already open, and we can see the child claim. In this particular case, the child is obviously not 65. Not too much other information has been put in here, either for the supporter or the recipient. This is just basically an overview, just to have it checked give you a very brief idea of what it's all about. And we close then the program, and you're sure you want to exit the program. Yes, we do. And that's our demonstration. Thank you very much for viewing. Our next episode will look at actually inputting information into each field, and then we'll actually do a case study.